Check.
Modern Misfits. They don't sell them at cleaners, but like they're local in Melbourne. Yeah, Modern Misfits. They make these like pasta shaped ones and butter pouch. Really cute, right? Yeah. Yeah, cat at cheesemonger. Stealing my style. Let's go. It was good. Yeah, next week, everyone. The whole yoga.
Anything you want to do? Okay. Might as well. Come on, somebody with a front. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wrong one. Without my glasses, I can't see the difference between Arcade Fire and Archers of Loaf. Just for the record, Archers of Loaf would be my choice, but we're going with Arcade Fire. Because for some reason, I think that's your choice. Or at least it's neutral-ish. All right, we ready? Take a nice seat, close the eyes. Take a few breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. Is that moment where we say we turn inward or we set our intention or we prepare ourselves for our practice? Different things you want to receive from the practice. Sometimes we come for exercise. Sometimes we come to rehab injuries or to practice our poses or to spend time with our Kula, our yoga family. Whatever it is, we honor it. It's what brought us to the mat. We'll have those moments that are going to be accessible for us, just like we'll have those moments that'll be more challenging. It's like with your breath. At first, maybe we don't jump right to Ujjayi, but we just listen to ourselves breathe. We don't have to concentrate on our breath, right? So any time we turn inward a little bit towards our breath, that's a refinement. And then we do those things like slow down the beginning of the inhale and push more on the end of the exhale, or counting out the breath, or finding Ujjayi. Where do you need to settle into? Next inhale, the arms lift. And the exhale brings the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root. The heels of the hands lightly touch. And the breath goes to that space between your palms. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out child's pose. So child's pose, this is going to be a little more dynamic or a little more active child's pose. So we're going to start, feet like big toes are touching, knees are wide, arms are up overhead. Sit bones are rooting to the heels. Start to hug the hands in, start lifting the forearms up away from the mat. Start lifting the inner biceps up away from the mat. Slide your forehead off the mat if it's not already there, if it's still there. So the back of your neck starts to engage. Your upper back starts to engage, lengthen here. That's extension really. And then as the arms lift up, as the back of the neck slides to the ceiling, just gently soften your chest down towards the mat. And you'll feel that through your entire back. Keep the sit bones rooting to the heels. And each inhale, breathing up out of the waist, like you're peeling your spine up out of your waist. And the exhale, soften a little bit more. Walk the hands, inhale, look forward. Walk the hands towards that right side of your mat. Now, the first place we're getting this is, here's QL. You're feeling the spinal erectors come up that left side. So that's lower on your back. If you TP your fingers, middle upper back is how you get the lat in there. Maybe walk those hands a little bit further towards the right. Feel that nice peel come up, not just your spine, but up through the ribs. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, walk your hands towards the left. And then I gently push my hands down and forward first so I could root that right sit bone to that right heel. Then I breathe up above the waist. That's how I start to peel that QL. I start to get those low spinal erectors. And then maybe if I want to TP the fingers on that right hand, I get into the lat. If you're going to go a little deeper, walk your hands even a little bit further towards the left. Big breath in the side of that ribs on the inhale. The exhale goes even a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Come up to puppy dog. So puppy dog, hips stacked up on top of the knees. Arms are overhead. So now we're bearing a little more weight. This is what I tend to see in puppy dog, this. Collapse. It needs to be this way. So we're going to keep our heels pointing straight up to the sky. So sweep the inner heels out. Keep hugging those shins into the midline. Pull your heels to your butt so legs are fiery. Same thing as before, hugging the hands in, keeping the forearms and the inner biceps lifting up away from the mat, sliding the back of the neck to the ceiling so the forehead's moving away from the mat. Now pull your pelvic floor in, pull your belly button in, pull your shutters closed. There's how we get rid of that back bend. Now, think of the opposing forces. Arms are lifting up, back of the neck sliding to the ceiling, but the chest softening down towards the mat. Don't lose the pelvic floor. Don't lose the belly button. Don't lose the shutters. One more breath. Look forward, TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath. There's that middle upper back for you again. Now we're twisting into that space. So TPing the fingers on that right hand is going to help take the elbow to the ceiling towards the sky. So give you more space. And then you can start to peek under there. You can reach under a little bit deeper, but keep that twist above the waist. So don't let that left hip drop on you. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Pelvic floor, belly, and shutters. When you're ready, TP the fingers on the left hand. Thread that right hand underneath with the palm up. Keeping the heels sweeping away from each other, keeping that integrity in through the legs, up into the hips, but then working the spine, taking that elbow to the sky, reaching under a little deeper, maybe even looking up to the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Lock it in here, low mountain. So we're hugging in, we're squeezing all muscle to bone, every direction. Pull that pelvic floor back up. Pull that belly button in. Yep, pull those shutters closed. Now, slide the back of the neck to the ceiling so the chin isn't falling to the floor. Bring the chin to the chest just a little bit so your gaze goes right across your fingertips. And then from here, let's do oscillating cat-cow. So we're going to go up, back, and around, forward, under, and down. Up, back, and around, forward, under, and down. Let's do 5. So now we're taking those vertebrae through their full ranges of motion here. So here's your upper, your lower, and your middle. Now this is my last one. When you do your 5, pause, and then you'll work side 2. If you're new to this pose, work the lower body. If it's tough to get the upper body and the lower body, work the lower body. Just keep the head neutral. Now, this is my last one. When you're done with your 5, we'll meet back in that low mountain. When you're ready, step back to plank. Line it up, shoulders on top of the wrist crease. Reach out of your heels. So we don't want to have feet straight up and down right now. We want to be reaching back into dorsiflexion. Pull that pelvic floor in. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Keep the upper back nice and open here by pushing down. Don't let the upper back collapse. Now keep that. Push back, downward dog. See, it's easy to collapse that upper back and plank. We don't want that. We want the scapulas to be protracting, moving away from each other. If you're collapsing upper back, they're retracting. So they're doing the exact opposite action of what they should do in a push. And a plank is a push, right? You're pushing down and holding yourself up. Now, here in downward dog, as the hips go up and back, we've had the arms overhead today. So we're getting a little more accessible, but it might be a little challenging here in this first one. So bend the knees. Could be challenging in everyone. Can always bend the knees to soften the bottom of the pose, like the leg part of the pose, and we'll work the upper body more. So hug the hands in. Same thing we've been doing. Lift the forearms and the inner biceps up away from the mat. Look towards the heels of your hands. Now, as the hands push down and forward, you're going to take your chest back towards the toenails. Not only are you going to feel that nice opener coming up the arms and through the shoulders, up the side bodies, but you're going to feel good engagement in the upper back. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Keep it going. One more. And then as you come forward, let that exhale lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. Shoulders back and down. To keep the low back safe, I want to drag my hands back to me so my spine pulls forward. After the 3 breaths, lower your chest. To keep the low back safe, belly in, sit bone to the backs of your knees. Push up through plank and back to downward dog. You got to really adjust the pelvis when you lower down and go to push back up, or if you pop back into chaturanga. It's got to be belly button to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees. Now, if it felt better to bend the knees, bend the knees. If it feels better to straighten the legs, straighten the legs. But don't lose the upper back, so keep looking towards the heels of your hands. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 breaths. So see, when I pop back, see, this wants to happen. I got to go this way. When you're ready, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Y'all do a lot of vinyasas with me, right? So you want to make sure that when you're doing things like lowering down and pushing back up or popping back to chaturanga, you keep that low back nice and safe. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. So the reason we always go to the fingertips and the blocks, right, is to keep that spine nice and straight. What wants to happen? This. So we definitely don't look to the midline, right? We look out in front of us. We try to get that spine nice and neutral. Push down, start to hug those feet together, so front to back and side to side. Top to bottom is the push down. Keep that back heel sweeping out. Power from the legs up into the hips. Pelvic floor, belly, and shutter, so it's coming up the core. Keep hugging your hands into the midline. Keep that throat back. And then inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. So keep the power here in the legs. Keep that belly in and those shutters closed. That's where the spine's going to lift. Reach up through your thumbs. Now as that front knee comes on top of the ankle, right, maybe curl back into the pose. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up. Take this left hand, go across the body. Bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Let your right hand meet. Now push your hands together and use that to start to twist open. So you're using that hug in to then express back out. Maybe even starting to look up to like where the wall and the ceiling are meeting. Inhale, come back to that warrior 1. Take a breath. Exhale the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Hug that knee to the chest. Yep, set it up real nice. See, let's say you start here, right? There's no rule that says, oh, you started here, you have to finish here, right? The rule is actually you want to keep moving the pose, right? So you might want to then lower the blocks a little bit. You feel you can still hold the spine, lower the blocks a little bit more. Because the blocks are to keep your back straight. You feel that you can get all the way down, go for it. But see, if this has happened and then we want to boost back up, but as long as you can control where your spine is, you just got to go deeper into the flexion here on that left hip. Now keep pushing down and keep hugging in, start drawing that energy into up the legs and into the hips. But now express it out, so reach back out of your heel. Reach forward out of the knee and the crown of the head even. Breathe side to side. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. So I try not to let this knee move. But we're organic, shit moves sometimes, right? So if it did move back this way, you're going to bend back into it. You're going to square that right hip forward. You're going to hug like a beach ball between your forearms. You're going to feel energy up there. Now reach up. Now maybe curl back. Big opener up the front of that thigh. Peel up the belly and the chest and the neck and the face. 1 more breath. And then inhale, come up. Pause, right? Take this right hand, reach across. Bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. Push the left hand into the right. Use that to twist open. Same thing here, reaching back out of the heel, forward out of the knee. But here we're twisting open. Maybe even looking up towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. Inhale, come back to that warrior 1. Exhale the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. Keep pushing the hands down and forward. Keep the chest working back to the toenails. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up. Take a nice big reach. Now, belly in, sit bones down. That's going to keep the low back safe. Reach up. Now, as you curl back in your upper back, like just underneath your shoulder blades. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Fill those ribs up with breath. Big inhale. Yeah, before you take the shoulders back. Now take the shoulders back. If you want to reach hands down, you'll be like upper traps up here. If you want to take the hands away from your back, you'll be forearm and bicep. If you want to do both, go for it. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Curl back that little bit. See if maybe you go a little further. Keep those heels heavy and keep those hips back. So sacrum back. Shutters closed. They want to peel open. Keep them closed. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. So there's that spine, right? This is extension of your spine. The other way is flexion, and that part's real easy, right? So as you go deeper, so as you fold here, keep going at your hip crease. Then when you can't get your hip crease to go any further, let your upper back go. Upper back wants to go first, right? Of course it does, because that's the misalignment of life, one of. So we got to resist that. You could do it again. If you inhale, look forward, you charge those legs, and you take your fingers and you pull them back like you're pulling them towards your toes. It's going to feel like it pulls your spine forward. Then you use that space to dive into the pose even a little bit deeper. Maybe you'll notice that you can lower your blocks a little bit further. Some of you are going to take your hands, your palms, flat to the floor. Some of you go back of the hands to the floor, wherever you want to play. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Take that right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Fingertips, block. Left hand can be at the hip. You can take your right hand and turn the back of your hand to the outside of your ankle, and you can reach your left arm up to the sky here to deepen the twist even further. Inhale, come back to center. Pause down the middle. When you're ready, swap. And then fingertips, block or hip. If you're going to take the arm to the sky, take your left hand, turn the palm towards the brick wall. That's going to take the shoulder back. Maybe start to reach up. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. And sit back into chair pose. Even these lats are tight, they want to do this. We tried to stretch them open today, so try to lift those arms up a little bit more. Yep, charge those legs up, pelvic floor, belly and shutters. Lift those arms, sit back deeper. Keep your butt going back. Don't let the knees come forward. If the knees are collapsing in, widen them out. If they're blowing out the side, hug them in, sit back deeper. Push down, rise up. Right hand grabs the left wrist, side bend to the brick wall. So root down into that left heel, push from your hip down into your left heel, but then breathe up above the waist. Big breath here on the left side of the ribs to where the ceiling and the wall meet, right? That's inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna curl towards the bricks even deeper. Inhale, come up, swap the hands. So now I'm gonna root from right heel down, right hip to right heel, but I'm gonna peel up the right side. The head and the throat are back. The arms are back. Big breath here on the right side of the ribs where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then you go deeper to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So we begin to challenge ourselves now with some flow. Stay with your breath. Inhale, come forward to plank. Keep your belly buttons towards your spine and your sit bones towards your heels. Keep your hips up, don't let your hips sag. Keep breathing here. Enjoy that feeling that's in your arms right now. Right? It's tough. It's supposed to be tough. Keep pushing yourself up away from the floor. Now lift those hips, push back, downward dog. 30 seconds, right? No problem. Reach that right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin that back heel down. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot. Take that left thigh back. Then climb the elbow to the knee. Yep. Bring the arm in front. Sweep it up. If you're going to go hand down to the block or the floor, go for it. Now open that right side body up. For 2 reasons. 1, to clear the waist so we can lengthen the right sit bone to the right heel and get the knee to start widening towards the bricks. And then 2, to lengthen the spine now so we can go belly button in, shutters closed. Now we're going to rotate. So we're going to take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. Hands go behind your back, interlace your fingers. Fill the ribs up, inhale. Exhale, bow to the inside of that right thigh, humble warrior. Maybe the hands start to reach towards the sky here as they're clasped. Keep looking to the front left corner of the mat here. Don't look to the midline. 1 more breath. Control it as you exhale, the hands down. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through 1 vinyasa. Nice, y'all. Stay with your breath. Full breath in, complete breath out. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. See, when I walk my hands to the inside of that left foot, I line up the balance beam, and I stick my butt back on that right side. That's going to take the thigh back. Now I hold it there. Climb my elbow to the knee. Yep, when you're ready, plug, sweep that arm up, bicep along the cheek. If you're going to go left hand down to the block or the floor, whatever feels good to you. Now remember, we got to open up that left side body. 2 reasons. 1, to clear that left hip and open the inside of the left thigh, but 1, to lengthen the spine. So then we can start to rotate open. As you look up, you should be looking up right into your bicep. Yep, so the arm is overhead. 1 more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall, warrior 2. When the hands go behind your back, if your left pinky was under, right pinky goes this time. Look to that front right corner of your mat. Bow to the inside of that left thigh, humble warrior side 2. Power in the legs here. Maybe the arms are reaching as we deepen the pose. One more breath. Exhale the hands down. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Take a little break. Child's pose if you feel like you want to rest a little more. Then let's meet on our knees, heroes. Heroes pose. So take your thumbs, all right, split those calf muscles, bisect the calf. So you want to push that outside head away. And then as you sit back, it'll do 2 things for you. 1, it'll just get the calf out of the way, let you settle a little more. 2, you can see it starts to create a little internal rotation for me. I want that. The space between our knees will all be different, but the outsides of the shins will be parallel with the sides of the mat. So like, is this parallel with the sides of the mat? No. Is this? No. For me, it's right here. So find wherever your space is going to be. Unsickle your feet, right? Turn them out a little bit. You'll notice your butt will lower a little more. Now, here's the trick. We just want to take our hands behind us, right? Some of you are going to lay back. I'm going to work that with you. There's a trick to keep your low back safe. What's happening here, especially rectus femoris, the middle one, as it's really stretching because the knee is in flexion, right? And then as we're going to take the hip back into extension, it's going to start to like really stretch this muscle. It's going to try to pull the front of your pelvis forward, right? And then your low back feels that. So here's the deal. Big inhale, like you're breathing up out of your waist. Exhale, go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling. So I'm filling in my low back. Now I can go back just a little bit. I don't go for the whole thing. Now I pause. See, now I got to do this again. Breathe up, belly button, pubic bone to the ceiling. Or my sit bones to the backs of my knees, however I want to think of my pelvis. Then I can lay back a little bit further because my low back is going to be safe. Keep hugging your knees in. Remember the parallel with the sides of the mat thing? And play as far as it feels good to you. If your hands are behind you, awesome. If you're laying flat on your back, same awesome. But the belly button's working strong to the spine. So that low back is nice and safe. When you're ready, inhale, come up. All fours. Just reach one leg back. Pull that belly button in. Lower it down, swap side 2. Lower it down. Bring your knees to the midline. Take your right leg over your left. Take your feet apart and sit back between your heels. So use your blanket or your block to boost up a little bit if you need a little more space. Reach down to this left sit bone, pull it back and out. And you can do the same thing to the right side to get that right side to sit a little bit closer to the mat. Activate from your feet, keep hugging in. We're all out here on the outside and the back of the hip. Take the hands out to the side, take the head and the throat back, but then hinge at the hip maybe just a little bit. It feels better to stay straight up, stay straight up. If it feels better to hinge forward a little bit, hinge forward. But I don't do this. It's neck to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of the room, but then let your chest come forward. Yeah, awesome, yo. A few more breaths. Yeah, keep those chins from falling to the floor. They're going to try. Slide in the back of the neck to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of the room. One more breath. And then inhale, come up, unwind the legs. Start with your knees in the middle. Then you're going to take the left over right. Then you're going to take the feet apart. And then just sit back between your heels. See how I'm a little bit crooked? Then I'm going to reach down, grab that right sit bone, pull it back and out, and then I start to square myself up a little bit more. Keep rooting down into that left side. And then the hands maybe come out to the side. Give yourself a little support. Or your blocks would be here. Head and throw back. Chest comes first. Yep, nice and slow here. Use every breath. Don't try to get it in one breath. Let all those breaths start to settle into the pose. Your body's going to open up easier when it knows everything's controlled, right? If we just try to force shit, it's just going to lock up. Couple more breaths, all here on the side and the back of the hip. And then inhale, come up, unwind those legs. Spin around all fours, and then same thing, just take the leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Keep that integrity through the core. Keep the chin from falling to the floor. And then lower that first leg down, swap side two. Lower the knee, spin around to a seated position. Take your feet out in front with your knees bent. Bring your arms out. Plug those arms in. This is all work through your back. All right? When you're ready, lift. See, I'm not here. I'm not trying to crunch my belly. I'm trying to lift my spine up. Halfway, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, come up. Keep lifting. Spread your feet, your toes, charge those legs up. Halfway. Control it. Yeah, enjoy the shake. Inhale, come up. Keep lifting. Hug the beach ball in. Yep, halfway. Inhale, come up. Shit's getting real right now. Keep lifting. Keep breathing. Halfway. And up. Come on, we'll do one more. Keep lifting up. Stay strong here. Halfway. Keep breathing. Inhale, come up. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, release. Nice, y'all. Right into Shavasana. All right, bend your right leg. Bring the heel to the outside of the hip. Bring the left foot into the crease of the elbow. Or one hand underneath your calf and one under your right under your ankle. So you'd be like this. This will help me lift the spine up a little more. This is going to put a little more challenge into that, but wherever your flavor is. What I do is I use the force feedback. So see, as my arms are cradling my leg, right, I'm going to pull this way. Like I'm pulling my leg to my chest, and that's going to lift me up. Yep. And then a little side to side, baby cradle. And now we're here again in the back of the hip. If you want to stay here, stay here. Astavakrasana is going to lift the leg up and take the leg high on the arm. We're going to squeeze the arm between the leg. We're going to place our hands down just like they would be in downward dog. Same hand placement. The right ankle goes over the left. The feet go to the outside of the left hand. Bend both elbows, because I always see this on the right arm. Locked out, and it's got to bend. And then squeeze your thighs together and take that right shoulder back. Yeah. Just go forward more. Let's swap side too. See how my ankle's neutral? I'm doing that by pushing out of my big toe mount and pulling back the pinky toe. This wants to happen, where it's sickling. I got to go this way. So same thing, use the force feedback. Push into your bicep like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Yep, a little side-to-side action. And then if you're going to stay here, stay here. If you're going into the arm balance, you lift the right leg up. The right arm goes underneath. Place the hands. You're going to go left over right. Then the feet are going to go to the outside of the hand. Now see, I can't just go straight up. I got to go forward. So I start going this way, right? Like out in front of me. That's what's going to bring my butt up. I got to get weight forward to get the weight in the back up. And then that left shoulder roots back. Yeah, bend your elbows. Yeah, now take your legs out to the brick wall. Keep bending your elbows. Yeah, keep bending your elbows. Yes, yeah. You're starting to float up, right? It's happening. Shit's happening, right? All right, spin around, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. If you feel like staying in the middle of the room, you're always welcome to. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back. Bend your knees, interlace your hands behind your thighs, you reach the heel to the sky, take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side too. Whether you're at home or in the studio, if it's not your day to invert, you can go legs up the wall, or you can do a pose that feels good to you, okay? I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose, but anything that feels good to you, handstand, headstand, tripod pincha, you want to go it, go for it, okay? If you want to do back bend in your inversion, you could do hollow back, all right? So if you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready, if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, to work the upper back, L pose and downward dog are going to be fire, all right? If you want to play with any of the extended inversions, though, go for it. So from all fours, set it up. Nice and strong, low mountain. Take a breath, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step 1 foot up the wall, and then 1 foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. If your knees are bent, you're in downward dog, inverted. If your legs are straight, you're in L pose. And then the idea here is that you're going to push the hands down and forward to take the chest back towards the wall that your feet are on. And that's where you're going to feel that work in the upper back. Hey, Sean. We'll be here for probably another minute or so, so try a couple things if that feels good to you. If you feel like you're ready to come down and you're inverted out, you can always go legs up the wall. And when you're ready, let's meet on our backs. Dude, waves were fun yesterday. Waves were fun yesterday. Oh, yeah. They weren't that big, but they were super, super fun. I was out there all by myself. Wasn't anybody around. It was good. Yeah, it was good. All right, let's meet on our backs. As always, on tap, supported bridge. So if you want, the idea of supported bridge, right, is you're going to take the block underneath your sacrum. So it's going to help keep support then, right, through your hips and your pelvis so your low back stays safe. It's going to be a lot easier to go belly button in, right, and then the sit bones towards the backs of the knees has support. So you should feel that that helps clear the low back for you. I'll talk you through bridge first and then wheel on the second one. We'll do two, but feel free to stay in supported bridge or to work your bridge or your wheel. 2 bridges, 2 wheels, whatever feels good to you. So let's start on our backs. The knees are bent. Feet are on the floor, and we're feeling our heels with our fingertips. Now to help our upper back a little more with support, we can robot our arms like this. So we bend our elbows so our fingers are up to the sky. Now, right away, everybody, belly button to spine. You're starting to feel the low back fill in. Sit bones to the backs of the knees, just a little bit. You're feeling the sacrum root to the mat. We want both of those. Now keep the belly in and keep those shutters closed. When you're ready, slowly, for 2 or 3 seconds, lift the hips. See, going fast is going to unwind that shit. You go slow, you're going to be able to hold on to it. Now, if you want to interlace your hands behind your back, feel free. If you want to stay with the robot, whatever feels good. But keep the power in the legs. Stay with the core. Then as the feet gently push down and forward, you're going to feel the back bend deep and underneath the shoulder blades. Knees reach forward, upper palate of the mouth reaches back. Now stay engaged as you lower down. See if you can get your sacrum to land flat to the mat. That's how you know you're landing in a neutral pelvis. Then take the feet wide to the edges of your mat. Let your knees touch. 1 hand on your heart and 1 hand on your low belly. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Now on the second one, I'll talk you into wheel. First bridge. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Charge those legs up. Core, so we feel the neutral pelvis. Lift the hips. If you're going to go, interlace your hands behind your back, swap the hand hold. So if right pinky was on top, left pinky this time. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. Turn those hands out. Plug those shoulders back. Push down to come up. You can always lift the heels to lengthen the curve a little bit. You could pump your heart towards the wall you're looking at. Feel those arms slide on your back a little bit further. 1 more breath. And then stay engaged as you lower down. See if you get that sacrum to land flat. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If the right hand was on the heart, the left hand's on the heart. The opposite hand's on the belly. The sacrum's flat. And we open the knees and we windshield wiper side to side. Next time the knees fall to the right, just let them settle there. Nice open twist. Keep that little connection to your belly button and those shutters. Inhale, come back to center with the feet wide. Let the knees settle to the left. come back to center. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself that little hug, or if you make some small circles, it's like you're massaging your sacrum and your lumbar spine, your low back. Come to neutral when you balance the sides out. Keep the knees bent, lower the feet to the floor. Inhale the right leg up, cross it over the left, nice and tight. The hips are going to go to the right, the knees are going to go to the left. The belly draws to the spine, the shutters close, and we twist through that middle upper back. Active from the feet through the legs, that connection to the core, and then we're rooting down into that right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. As the hips scooch to the middle, unwind the legs. When you're ready, the left leg goes up. We cross it over nice and tight. The hips are going to go to the left a little bit, which is going to keep you on your mat, as the knees are going to settle to the right. You're going to look away from your bent knees, so to the left. Tall, breathing up out of the waist. Inhale, come back to center, unwind those legs. Take the legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch. Spread your fingers and spread your toes. When you're ready, hug those knees to your chest. Take those knees wide. Those knees nice and wide, wider than your shoulders, but keeping the sacrum flat. See, otherwise I just do this. This just stresses my low back. I want to keep neutral here. We worked hard on, I played with some stretching through some muscles that are going to tension, that are going to pull tension into the low back, but I also worked with you guys to engage muscles that need to support the low back. And then inhale the knees to center, take the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers of props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're welcome to do any pose that feels good to you or a variation of Shavasana. Now, to clear the low back a little bit, just take your hands to the fleshiness of your butt. Lift your butt up a little bit and push the fleshiness towards your heels. And then place your butt back down on the mat. And you'll feel this nice settling come over the low back and into the pelvis. The legs stretch out, feet gently roll open. Let the arms come along the sides. And as the open palm turns to the sky, you feel the shoulders settle back. Our head rests back, maybe our eyes close. We let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. Body gets heavy. We let the mind turn back to the breath so it softens. heart opens. As it gets ready to move the practice into the yoga of life. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath wash over the body from your toes to your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart, as we reawaken that better version of ourselves. Crisper, clearer, more in tune, more aware, more in the flow. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, let the arms and the legs begin to stretch or reach. We move in a way that feels good to us. Taking your time, moving slowly. You're ready, you can hug your knees to the chest and just roll to the right side. Push your hands down. Come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed, with our hands in front of our hearts. One more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. And screw. Good to see everyone. Any questions or something feels weird, get me before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all tomorrow or Saturday. If not, I'll see you soon. Home crew, you know if you need me, hit me up.